Okay, we should be going. Everybody should have a copy of the handout, and it's kind of brief. Uh, Basically, what I tried to do was to look through Facebook and say, what could people use rather than a lot of the functions they may never use. And I asked everybody for feedback. I received something from Art, and he was talking a little bit about some terminology, and we'll get there in a second. I'm going to open up Facebook now, and I'm opening up my browser. I'm going to go to Facebook. Okay. Now, this is the basic page you come to when you open up Facebook. And this is usually called a news feed. It's a news feed because down here are all of the pictures and images of different things. It's loading a little slow because I'm running Zoom simultaneously. Right? Notice up here, this little house that's lit up with blue. That tells you which page you're on. Right? So this is sometimes called a landing page, a home page, a news feed, which is typical. If I go over here to the upper right and I click where my name is, can everyone see that? If you have some stuff on the right-hand side, it may not show up just above all the little icons. And if I click that, okay, I go to another page, right? Notice that none of these little icons on the top are blue. Right? If none of them are blue and you're looking at an image of yourself, you are on your profile page or called the wall. So both of those terms are used interchangeably, wall and profile. So someone have a comment?
Raw. Yes, raw, or how would you spell that? No, the other one.
Spell.
Oh, well, thank you.
Okay. I'm going to go back now to the home page. Notice how it lights up when I put the cursor on it. Okay. Now, what I've mentioned in the past is there's multiple ways to get to the same function or feature. For example, right here, it says, what's on your mind? If I put information here, that will post it on this series. All right. So typically, people will type in some stuff, or they'll come over with a little feeling icon, or they can put a photo up, or they can go live video. What I'm going to do is put up a photo and a video. All right. Now, that opened up automatically one of my open files in folders, and we'll come back to this one in a moment. Let me open something else up. Huh. All right. I'm here on Create a Post. And I want to add something. It won't let me add it. That's a heck of a note. There we go. I'm going to copy this line right here. I'm going to go back to Facebook. And I'm going to paste that line. Right. Now I'm going to add a video. All right. It says my video is unstable, and that's some of the problem here. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of Facebook for a second by reloading. Let's see what happens here.
What?
Okay.
It's still
No, I'm
loading.
gonna get a chair. I'm gonna get another chair.
Yeah. I think there's so many people on that I'm losing some stuff here.
I mean, good job. That's clever.
He called it.
You know, so the problem is I'm attempting to upload a video and I'm getting an error message. It says you cannot post while media upload is queuing. I don't know why it won't. Huh.
Does it have to do with screen sharing at the same time?
It shouldn't, because I tried this out earlier and things work fine. And I'm not sure what the problem is here right now. Let's see if it posts now. Okay. You see here, this line? Everyone see it in the middle of the screen?
Yes.
That's a link I put up. Right. Now, before that, I attempted to put up some text, but the text didn't work. But if anyone comes here and they see this line, oops, and they click it, what should have been was a little image which you could click rather than clicking the
Gotcha.
link.
Yeah.
Oops, that didn't work. Let's try again. Okay,
There it is.
now it came up. There it came up.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna post this one. I could put some text in here, but in trying to copy the text, it was screwing up the video. I'm not sure why. All right, if you see on the
Yeah.
lower left, it says your post is being processed. We'll let you know it's ready to view. It only takes a couple of minutes to upload that actual video. What we saw up there was was kind of like a screenshot of a video. Once it's posted, then we'll see that screenshot again. Anyone have a question on what I was trying to do here? Because it got a little confusing. All right, see it now. It says
do.
your video is ready to view in the lower left corner.
That is one amazing video.
Yeah, I'm going to do a reload and we'll see if it comes up.
Let's see. Reactions. Sonia's raising her hand.
Okay. Now,
Okay,
what
Sonia.
has come up right now, let me explain this. I copied a video and Facebook has determined that the video is fake. By that, I mean, when I copied the video, it says this took place off one of the islands off Indonesia. And somebody said that's not true. So there were an argument started. And Facebook has decided that the video, all right, was not correct as to the information that accompanied it. But I'm going to show you the video and then you can decide. Right? So pretend you're sitting on your porch
That was New Zealand.
looking out at the bay. I'm sorry?
That was in New Zealand, Dennis.
Pretend you're on a
Well, it depends. I've gotten 3 different stories. I've got Indonesia, I've got New Zealand, and I've got some people did computer graphics in Australia. All right, here's the video. You're sitting on your porch looking out at the bay, having a tall, cold one. Now, this actual video is accompanied by sound, but I'm unable to play the sound for you.
Undersea volcano.
Yeah. Looks like.
Yep.
Oh,
It's amazing that they even got this footage when you see the devastation that happens.
If you come back to my Facebook account later, you can hear the audio of on the video.
Spreading.
uh-huh.
I don't like the fact it's spreading.
Look
Wow.
how quickly it's all happening.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
Oh,
God. Microwaves.
oh boy, it's gonna wipe. What happened to that people holding the camera?
That's because of that cloud of smoke you saw.
Oh,
It's still playing. The video camera is still working, but it can't see anything because of this.
oh, okay. Got it. The smoke.
No
That's-
video camera would continue to work in a pyroclastic flow of that nature.
That's what I kind of thought.
Yeah.
That would not be
But see,
survivable.
watch what happens here.
Those those people.
Because I would think that the thing would be so hot that it would just melt the camera.
Right.
Yeah, right.
That it was,
Well,
We just melt the
again,
camera.
this may be computer graphics.
Yeah.
Has
That's how they make
anyone-
disaster movies.
Yes. Quite impressive. It's probably like the
Okay.
tsunami that we're waiting for.
So just to review, if it had worked correctly, this little image, okay, along with text up here should have come up. The image came up and I had difficulty putting text. But again, you can do the same thing. Over here, you write a comment and it gives you an opportunity to upload a video if you want.
the text line.
So that's one of the things you can do.
So Sonia, your hand
No.
is still up. Go ahead.
Oh, I just have a question. Has anyone actually made their own video to put up there? Do we have to do anything special for it? Can it be a certain length? Do you know anything about that? If you made your own video?
You can make your own video and upload it. I'm going to show you two different ways.
Okay,
Okay.
Mhm.
The first way I showed you, okay, that video was physically downloaded onto my desktop,
okay.
all right?
Mhm.
And then I
You did it.
chose photo and video. I went to my desktop and opened the folder and I clicked that video and Facebook uploaded it for me.
Mhm.
There's another way to go, and just to show you how things are duplicated, this is what's on your mind. I'm now going to go back up to my profile picture. Okay. And I have another block here that says what's on your mind.
Oh,
See it?
yeah.
Okay. I'm going to open up something else for a moment. Okay. And I'm going to copy this line that says Great Magic Trick along with a URL. Okay. I don't have this physically on, I don't have the video that goes along with this on my computer. It's actually sitting on YouTube right now. But I'm going to copy this. We'll go back. Okay. And I'm going to come up here and paste both. Okay. Now, here's my paste. Here's the YouTube
Oh,
or URL, and it showed a screenshot.
paint.
Okay.
And,
Now, well, go ahead.
and you're not putting that in by clicking the add to your post. You're just putting the URL right in your text.
Yeah, I've got to click post later.
Right, right.
Okay. Now, one of the tricks I just learned this week, which I was unaware of, if you have a very long URL, it goes up 2 or 3 lines, it kind of looks messy. One of the things you can do once this image is up here, right? You can go back to the URL. Oop. Well, you should be able to. Doesn't want to click. There it is. I'm going to delete the URL. All right. So the URL is gone, but the image here is still here.
Mm,
So I'm going to say post. Right.
it's still there.
And this thing has automatically gone to YouTube and copied enough so that you can watch the video.
Mhm.
All right. So if I click this video now, I'm no longer on Facebook. If you come up here, I'm on YouTube watching it. You see the difference?
Yep.
One time I actually loaded a video off my computer. The second time I loaded a link, which was a URL to YouTube. Everyone see the difference?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to stop this now. And we go back. So you can handle a video in a variety of different ways. Any questions on that?
Seemed like magic.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we've gone through some of this posting here.
Okay.
I want to drop back up a little bit, unless there's some questions. Any questions?
I'm gonna go get some.
Sonia, you want to
Nope.
remove your hand
Um,
if you're done?
Oh,
Right.
Sonia's done, yes.
Yeah, just remove your hand.
Oh, I do that. Sorry about that.
We shouldn't eat.
This is all practice.
Yeah, oh, yes.
Mhm.
And Dennis, you were asking about questions. I have no questions now, but later when I get in and truly mess up my Facebook, I'll have questions.
Okay, just send me an email. All right. Last time I mentioned that up here, you can post a story. So this is a feature that lasts only 24 hours. But if people come to your page, they can see the story for up to 24 hours. You can then repost it again if you like. So we're gonna come up here and create a story. All right. Now you can create a photo story or a text story. All right. I'm gonna go down to create a text story. All right. And you can start typing here. Instead of wasting a lot of time typing, actually, let me do something different. Let me just type something. One of the things you can do is you can choose a different background if you like.
Once upon a time.
Doesn't want to allow me to type. Let me try again.
There it is.
There, I'll bring it.
Yeah, okay, now it came up. Can't type today.
Ebony Sleep. He wants to.
Okay. So now I typed in where does King Kong Ebony sleep, and I say any place she wants. I took some pictures of my dog that seems to believe that any place in the house she wants to stretch out is hers. And I'm going to upload some pictures. I've typed the text first so that when somebody opens the story, they can see the text, and then the text will be followed. Now, one of the things here is this is all I can do on this screen. So I have to share down here to the left, share to story. Okay. Now, if I come up here, this is the story, you see it? If I want to add images to it, I have to click create another story. And this time I want a photo story. So here are the King Kong pictures. I'm going to open that picture. I'm going to share it as a story. I'm going to go back again.
Dog or cat? A dog or cat?
Another photo story. I'm going to take the next picture, upload that. I'm going to share it as a story.
Black light.
And you can start and see this. You can do this, but it's fairly cumbersome. They should have incorporated all of this stuff a little easier. Share the story. We do it again. I have a whole bunch of pictures here. I'm not going to go through them all. I'll just give you an idea with this last one. I'm going to say share the story. Okay. Now, notice that I've got create a story. I have one image that I loaded first, and then there's somebody else who's done something here. So I'm going to do one more here, and I'll show you a little difference. This is create a photo story again. I'm going to pick another image. I'm going to upload the image. And notice over here, I can add text to this image. All right? So I click add text. I can choose the text color. Let's say we want purple. Okay. So notice what's happening is, as I type text, it's going over the image. And that's why I started with a text block rather than a photo block. Because if you use text with an image, it will start hiding the image. And I'm going to share the story. All right. Now we can come back up here to your story. And here's the first one we put in. And then as I click here, it will go through each one of the photos that I put. So she's on the couch, she's on the bed, she's in her bed, she's on another bed, okay? And here was the last one where she's laying on a little throw rug. And notice that the text is there, right? And what happened is it just jumped to the next story, which I'm gonna close. Maybe I'll close it. Yeah, we can go backward to the story. Okay. Any questions on how to make a story?
No.
Uh,
What do the
Dennis-
three dots, oh, sorry about that. What do the three dots up in the corner? Oh, never mind.
I'm sorry?
The three dots up in the corner when you added the story, what other options do you get with it?
Let's go back.
Right up, yep, no, over here.
Right here,
There,
delete photo or something isn't working.
got it, perfect, thank you.
Ladybug.
Dennis,
See
Margaret's
ladybug?
got a hand up.
Ladybug.
Okay.
Dennis, sometimes the stories that I see are very short and other times they're longer. Was there a setting to a little bit longer?
Not as far as I know. I haven't put up a giant one, so I don't know how many images it will take. I mean, it's text and photos.
And you
I'm going
can't,
to reload here for a
and
second.
you can't click on all those photos and have them auto-populate?
I don't know what that means.
Well, you went through and clicked each picture to add to the
Yeah.
story? You couldn't have,
Yeah.
you couldn't have control clicked all those, the pictures that you wanted and had it just auto-populate into your story?
I tried that once. It didn't work. I would have to go back and play with it.
Okay, just curious.
If
Dennis,
it did, that would certainly save a lot of time.
Mhm.
Dennis,
But for some reason, I had difficulty. Yes, go ahead.
on the text form there, the background, can you use your own pictures for a background or you have to use the ones they put up?
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, maybe we can find it. So, okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
Jenny,
yeah.
can you change the font?
No, I haven't seen any way to change the font.
Okay,
It was just changing the color of the font.
okay.
Dennis, I got a question. As host, on my right-hand side, I can't see everybody on the, when they raise their hand. So how do
Well,
I, is there a way I can see everybody or?
I think you'll have to take that scroll bar and see if you can scroll down.
Some cinnamon. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's what I have to do. So I'll have to
Yeah.
continually do that to see if somebody's raising their hand.
What happens, Renee, what happens is you should see a little hand on the toolbar at the bottom of your screen.
Oh, okay.
A little hand will go up or chat, a little number will come up under the chat.
Okay, let me play with that. All right, I'll play
Yeah,
with that.
that's kind of a warning.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
so we've now gone through 2 of the 4 things I wanted to cover. The third one, I'm going to come over here to Marketplace. And last time we took a look at Marketplace, And this time I'm coming down here to the left where it says create a new listing. Okay. And I can choose the kind of listing I want, an item, a vehicle, a home, or a job opening. These are the 4 options they're giving you. So I'm going to choose an item for sale and comes up with a preview. I'm going to go to add photos on the left here. I can put 0 to 10 photos. So say I want to add a photo and I want this photo. And I want this photo. And you see the little dots, okay? So now I should have 2 photos as part of the ad. I want to come over here and title. Now I'm going to say smartwatch. I'll put down a price. Can't see my keyboard, it's dark. I'm going to say $25. I have a category now here, and I don't have a category as it says for watches. So I can either say it's a cell phone and accessory, I could say it's an electronics,
There's jewelry
or
and
it can
watches.
be, oh, okay, I missed that. So we're going to say jewelry and watches. Category, I'm going to say smartwatch. It's not really that smart. The condition is somewhere between like new and good. So I'm going to put good. All right. And the device name over here, oops, somebody come in?
Yeah, John just joined. I just accepted him in.
Okay, I'm going to come back. And I'm going to copy rather than type. This is my description. I'm going to copy it. I'll go back. I'll paste it in here. All right. Down here are some optional product tags. I'm going to say smart. Oop. You can put in as many things as you want, right? That's enough stuff, right? Then I'm going to go to next. Right? And this comes up automatically, my location. I can offer shipping if I want, but I don't want shipping. So I'm going to come down to next again. Right? I can list in the marketplace, or I can list in one of the groups I belong to. So I belong to 4 groups here. And I don't want to force my listing into one of the groups. So I'm going to leave this one checked up here. And I'm going to publish. Okay. You see here's the listing. All right. Now, this is my page because this was a prior listing I made and this was a prior listing. All right. So I'm going to come back up here to the home page. Right. Then I'm going to go back to the marketplace. And this is browse all. I don't see it. The last time I played with it, it was up front. So what I was expecting is that that pic should have been right here. So at the moment, I don't know if it's up there or not. I'm going to come down here to, we saw before it was jewelry and watches was the category, and the category seems to have disappeared.
Search for
So
smart.
I just learned something.
Search for
I'm
smart.
sorry?
Search for smartwatch up in the marketplace search bar. See what happens.
Smartwatch.
Good idea. Let's try smartwatch. Little problem here. There's a lot of people ahead of me.
Does it tell us how many? I didn't see.
Yeah.
So instead of the first, Dennis, are you going to be the last entry?
I don't know.
No,
I'm
you-
trying to figure out how they're labeled here because it's not by dollars,
Over-
219, 150.
Over.
It may be
over
first come,
under
first serve.
filter.
I'm
No,
sorry?
I think it's over filter. It's under filters and it's only pulling, it's trying to pull up. Your first one is within 40 miles. And,
Yeah.
and my guess is it hasn't processed and reviewed it yet to get it active. That would be my guess.
Okay.
So-
Anyway, within the 40 miles is 40 miles to begin. And then it gets out of Coos Bay and it goes to other locations.
So Dennis, when you posted it, did you post it as available or not available?
Good question. I wish I had an answer. I don't know.
Because when you posted it, I thought it said not available.
Oh, okay.
So that could be why.
Then I missed that. I'm trying to figure out if there's any way to get back. Let me try a new listing for a second.
Can you set only one filter at a time?
There's your listings. No, down a ways. No, oh, down a ways. Oh. Go down to your account. There you go.
That's what we're going to try. No, this is a booster listing. A booster listing, as far as I know, means that you pay them for having your listing in more places and more often.
So
Let me go recent activity. No recent activity.
Up to your listings. It looked like it was.
it's right here.
There it is. Okay.
See, it's marked.
Well, it's there.
It's marked as sold though. So if
No,
it's,
that you click there if you want to say that it's sold.
No, yeah. I don't want to mark it sold.
Oh, mark as available. Oh, I see.
yeah,
No, it's
well,
available.
now it's available, so it should show.
Gotcha. That's new to me.
Okay, let's see. No, I marked it available. I don't see it yet. Well, I don't want to sit here too long and hold everybody up because the rest of it's a little more complicated. Basically, I think everybody gets an idea of what happens.
Mhm.
And you may have to go back here and play with it a little bit to make sure that it shows up and where it shows up and everything you want looks correct.
So if somebody wants to buy your watch, does it offer a phone number or what is that? How does that work?
Yeah, I didn't put anything in. I could have put it in as part of the text, either phone number or an email.
So if somebody clicked on that, what happens next?
There's a message window that opens up and you can type into it, is this available? Or whatever questions.
You know, here, you know, someone will put a message, I could read the message here.
And then it automatically moves it into Messenger. No, some of them
Say
stay,
that again, please.
some of them stay, so I don't know what happens right there. Some of them stay where everybody can see them, and then some of them show up as a private message. And I don't buy a lot on Marketplace, but I sell often on Marketplace. And I'm never
Okay.
sure what they do to get it to show up in one place versus the other.
I don't know. Notice that this thing came up and it says sold. I don't recall selling it. But now I'm going to come back and play with it after we're all done here. No, I'll figure out some stuff. Anyway, I want to go back up here to home. So again, this is home or the news feed. We've covered story, we've covered this. We've taken a look at Marketplace and learned a few things and got confused. Now I'm going to come back over here to the upper right-hand side where it says account. All right. And before I get there, let me mention a couple of things. Facebook is an extremely popular and an extremely profitable company. And they make the majority of their money by placing ads all over the space, typically in your news feed. Right? And people bid on the ads and then they place them. And then they show up ads here. Now, if I did a search, here's a little search box up here. I'm going to search for SUG. Didn't find anything. Okay, SUG typically will come up as a suggested. Yeah. I'm loading so slow it can't find anything. Okay, you see this says suggested, all right? Suggested typically means that this is an advertisement, right? Now the suggested could be from a friend or it could be an advertisement. Right? Here's another suggested for you. Okay. So what we're going to look at over here in the account is settings and privacy. And we'll take a look at some things we can do and not do. But before I start here, I want to make sure everybody understands a couple of things. You can control ads to some extent, but you cannot control the total number of advertisements you're going to see. All you can control is some things you might see or not see. Right? Does that make sense? Right? Remember, they make their money by ads, so you can't get rid of them. Second thing is privacy. Right? There's no such thing as complete privacy. As soon as you do anything on Facebook, they have access to all the information you put there. And they use that to help advertisers target different kinds of people, different kinds of locations. So they might target people that live in Oregon. They might target males or females. They might target an age group. They might target based on interests that you show. If you start looking at a lot of sports things, and a company that's selling golf clubs might come to Facebook and say, I want this ad to go to people that are interested in golf. Right? So that ad will show up in the news feed on people that have shown an interest in golf. Right? You can control some of the stuff on the ads. You can control some of the stuff that people visit your profile page can see. Right? If you went to a profile page, let me come up here and go back here for a second. Right? If I went to friends, right? Here's some young lady that wants to be a friend, okay? If I go to her site and I click it, all right? Here's a gal that I have no idea who she is or why she sent me a friend request, okay? So I have no interest in her. My wife gets friend requests from all kinds of men. And I'm sure you're going to get all kinds of scam friend requests. As far as I know, this is a scam. Right? I don't know anybody that knows her. So I would, on this one, I'm just going to say delete because I'm not interested. But here are other people that we could add as a friend. If I come here and I click this, right, I can see a whole bunch of information on her profile page. Somebody else could block most of this information with the privacy settings. And only if you're a friend would you see all the information about this individual. That's what some of the stuff we can take a look at when we come down here and we say settings and privacy. So we're going to click this and we're going to look at settings and privacy. We'll take a look at settings first, right? So here's basic stuff about me, right? And here's some other stuff that I can click that can control what I see and what other people see. So there's no way I'm going to go through all of this, but we'll hit a couple of them, right? So for example, question? Nobody? I thought I heard something. Renee, are there any hands up?
Not that I see.
Okay. I'm going to hit security and log on, all right? So there's a test here, okay? You can step through to protect your account, right? It tells me that I'm logged on with a Windows PC in Coos Bay, United States. And device type, it says unknown. I can say see more. And it says that in the past, I've come in with my smartphone. Right now I'm on the PC. And every time you come in, it's keeping a history of how you logged on. Right? I can change my password. I can save my logon information. Right? So if you don't have a strong password, you can edit your existing password and make a change to it. They offer two-factor authentication. I don't know if everybody's used that or not. On some sites I use it, typically I do not. Two-factor authentication, can't talk today. If you haven't used it, means that when you attempt to log on to a site, you have to prove your identity in two different ways. Typically, you log on with your username and your password, and they will send a text message to your smartphone. When you open that message, there's a code. You have to go back to the logon and put that code in. So now that you have your username, your password, and the special code, it's a one-time code, and if all three of those check out, then you're allowed to go to your account. Right? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. I personally like it, but I dislike it in one respect. I may be someplace where I want to log on my account and I'm not carrying my phone. And then I'm out of luck because it's going to send the code to the phone and I don't have hands-on with the phone.
And some people don't have a phone.
Then you can't use typically two-factor authentication. There are some other two factors where they'll send it to another email. And there's some special stuff they're working on that I haven't paid a lot of attention to, but they're bypassing the phone, right? Anyway, there's some authorized logins on devices where I don't have to use a logon code, meaning that we've logged on with a code, but now we have done it enough times that it's comfortable that on my Facebook for iPad, if I clicked it, all right, it would allow me to log on without using a code. right? Or I can have special application passwords. Right? Now, I turned on this, it says get alerts with unrecognized logons. So if I use somebody else's phone or computer or tablet, it would recognize it as a device it hasn't seen before, and it will send me a warning. Now, here's one thing that I have not used, but you might want to think about it. If you are locked out of your account and you have 3 trusted friends, okay, they will get a code and a URL which they can send you, and then you can have a chance to unlock and log back into your account. I chose not to impose on my 3 friends. Right? Now, there's some encrypted notifications, there's some recovery, and you can see some recent emails. Right? So if you have a chance and you haven't done it, I would go through the security and log on and see what you want and set it up. Okay? Now, if you come over here to privacy, right? There are various privacy settings. There's some your activity and how people can find and contact you. Right? So for example, there's some important settings here. And this is called a privacy checkup. Right? The first time you came back here to the account, right? And you opened up settings and privacy, here's the privacy checkup. Or as you go through it, you get it here. I strongly suggest you go through each one of these, okay? For example, the first one is who can see what you share, all right? So this covers your profile information, your posts and stories, and blocking. Remember I said if somebody comes to your profile, they may or may not be able to see everything. So here's some profile information. Do I want them to see my phone number? And I said, no. I get enough spam calls every day. I don't want more. Okay. But I will take email. So friends can send me email, but if I click this, I can have anyone send me email, friends or friends except acquaintances. I don't know what acquaintances are, or only me or custom or acquaintances and close friends. Right? So here you can start determining your privacy. I'm allowing any friend to see my email address.
What's going on?
Okay.
You're being
My
blocked.
birthday is only me. If I continue,
Yeah.
future posts, only specific friends will see it. Right? Remember, we put a story up. Who can see the story? Only my friends.
You hear?
Was there a question? I hear voices.
I think it was Leo,
Right?
but I don't think he has. a
Yeah,
question.
Leo.
We can't see anything. Our
Okay.
screen's
Everything
going
is
black and
going in black and
purples
purple
and-
squares.
Yeah, and pink and green and
You've disappeared. Are we having a stable computer ourselves?
well,
Mine,
Yeah,
my view is good.
Does it mean
I
our
think that's on your
problem?
machine. Yeah,
No,
I'm
it's-
looking at 2 different computers here, and it shows up on the second user.
oh. How do we get
Okay.
rid of it?
Is this
I
a
don't know.
2-hour
You might
session or does it show the first hour is over?
No, I've scheduled this for 3 hours. We should be going fine.
Yeah, nobody else is having problems, are they? With
No.
with seeing the video?
Does it
No.
show our
Anyone?
faces or is it also going through that black and purple mode?
What's your last name?
Fernandez. Oh, now it's totally black, a quiet black. Before it was kind of, jumping up and down.
You might have to reboot your router and try that. Are you on Frontier?
No, we're on Spectrum. Is that right?
You're on Spectrum.
Yes.
Leo,
Uh-huh.
I see your image, your camera's working, and your microphone's working.
We don't have any pictures.
I
of
don't know
anybody.
why you can't see the picture.
Hey, I don't even know how to log off. Everything is just totally dark.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, you want to shut it down and start over again, turn it off and on.
Okay, if you have the link, you can do that. Shut it down and re-click that invitation
Shut
link.
down. Good. Pull the
Okay.
plug on.
We're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna say goodbye to everybody.
Okay. All right. While you're playing with that, I'm going to continue
All
with
right,
some other
thank you.
folks.
Bye, everybody. What should it be on? There's
Okay.
no shutdown.
Here is,
Yeah.
on the screen right now, it shows
There it
blocking.
is.
So you can come in here and add people to the block list. You just type in a name. Leo and Mary, could you mute your mic, please?
We've now are back in.
Okay.
See your screen with dialog box block people.
And from Barbara Taylor to everyone, it says on the bottom.
Denny? You can
Yeah.
also block people directly from the 3 dots on your page. If they,
Yep.
okay.
We're going to
Okay.
get there.
Never
Thank you. Okay. Anyway, this is a way, if you have somebody that's coming and posting things that you're seeing on the news feed, or if you allow people to go to your profile page and post there, and you find you don't want that individual, it's spam or something, then you can add their name to the block list and they will not show up anymore. All right? And if you go through each one of these, this is who can see it. This is how to keep your account secure. And it tests, it says, okay, my password's okay. Two-factor authentication is not turned on and login alerts are on. So as you set up things under your privacy and security, when you're done, if you come back and go through here, this thing twice, when you start out, see what you're missing, go back here to settings and privacy, fix them, come back here, and this is kind of a double check that what you thought you did was accomplished. So for example, here, I may have thought I turned on two-factor authentication, but in truth, I had not. So this is the double check to kind of warn me, right? This gives me some password tips, and I can change my password. Right? Gives me some security tips. Okay. Right. And it says, how am I going to get alerts? Right? Facebook wants to send you a notification about something. I don't want to see it on Facebook. I don't want it on Messenger. If it's important, send me an email. So again, I'm controlling some of the things that happen on Facebook. I can't control everything, but they do give you a lot more control now than you've ever had in the past. And this tells me I'm all set. So I can go through these two blocks again if I want. Or I can come back here, go back to settings and privacy, and look up privacy shortcuts. And here are some tools that I can go through. All right. Now, one of the things that people talk about is ads. So you can click here about how ads work on Facebook. Right? And as you scroll through here, it will give you information about why ads come up and things you can do or not do based on ads. Right? So for example, your activity across Facebook companies and products. Right? So here's where they're catching information about you, pages you and your friends like. So if you look at a news feed and you click on that I like this, Facebook keeps track of it. And that's part of the information that they will use on the type of ad they'll show you. Information about Facebook and Instagram profiles. Remember, when you set up your page, you can put the profile information. You put down male, female, your age, your location. Facebook will use that information for ads, right? In places you check in using Facebook. So if I check into Facebook in Coos Bay, it knows I've been in Coos Bay. If I went up to Seattle and I opened my Facebook up, it will know I've also went to Seattle. Now, one of the things you can control a little bit is ad preferences. This is, here's the advertisers that I've seen, okay? One of the things I can do is I can hide ads from this person. I have no idea who Nom Nom is, but I don't want to see any more ads from them, okay? You know, these things I don't even remember seeing. But for example, if I don't want something from the Nambo agency, I can hide their ads, all right?
Dennis, are you sure that that's not a toggle that's turning the ads back on?
This is on or off. It's a toggle. Here's
So if it
hide
says
ads,
hide ads,
and then undo, which means don't hide ads.
It says on the left, ads hidden.
You know, see this ads hidden?
oh, okay.
If
Okay,
I
I
say
see the little
undo,
fine print.
yeah, it shows their, this is their Facebook, okay? So I want to hide them, I want to hide them. So if I come back here to the home page, right? In my news feed down here, I should no longer see something from that organization, okay? Now, I don't have to go back up here to control it. Right? This is recipes. I can come over here to these three little dots, right? And I can hide fewer posts like this. So whatever kind of category they set me up, any post that comes in, for example, say I went to a bunch of recipe sites and now they're showing me a bunch of recipes, I can hide posts from similar sites, right? Or I can come down here and say I want to unfollow from heaven. That's the name of the site, Recipes from Heaven, right? Or I can snooze it for 30 days. Right? So again, I can't control how many ads I'm going to see, but I do have some control over some things that are going to show up on my news feed. Does that make sense? I get a big blank. I'm looking at pictures and everybody, it looks like they're, yes. Go ahead.
I can't, what I'm seeing on my Mac is different than what you're seeing. I'm trying to get to the page where you had privacy settings. I don't have that. I have privacy shortcuts, manage your profile, and a few other things, but nothing similar to what you're doing.
Okay. Bonnie, you're on a Mac. Do you see something that can help her?
It's not critical, but I just thought I'd mention it.
No, but she can't see everything.
I'm
Say
clicking
again
on-
what you're missing.
I'm clicking on the word ads as you just, were showing, and nothing happens.
Okay, let me
So-
go back here. Settings and privacy. I'm going to
Right.
go to settings. I'm going to scroll down to ads, okay? On the left columns. Everyone see that? I'll click ads. Right?
Got it.
And then I come up with the advertisers.
Not what I come up with. Very different.
Then I don't know.
Okay. When I
All right.
click on
Anyway.
setting privacy, it's not what I see.
Yeah. Anyway, I can look at these advertisers that have come up. I can look at advertisers I've hidden. So if I click this, okay, here's the ones that I've click for hide, okay? And I can look at ads that I've clicked. So if I open this one up, here's some ads that I've clicked in the past, all right? If I like them, I just leave them. If I went to a particular site because I clicked an ad and I say, hey, you know, I really don't like that, I would then hide the ad and I won't see it anymore.
Dennis,
Now that's
I
advertisers,
need to
yes.
let you know that we've gone on now for about an hour and a half.
Okay, I'm wrapping this up right now. I'm going to go over here to add topics. Here's a limited, they have 4 categories: alcohol, parenting, pets, and social, elections, and politics. And over here, you can see fewer if you want. So if I don't want to see alcohol ads, I can say I'm going to see fewer of them. Now I had pets, fewer, and I'm going to undo it, right? So I will see a typical amount of things over here on pets. I don't want to see things on parents, and I'm not interested in politics, right? So the only ad topic that I'm going to allow, okay, under these 4 categories is pets. However, if somebody's selling something that's not one of the, if someone is selling something that is not in one of these 4 categories, I'll still see it. I can only manage these 4 ad topics. And the last one over here is ad settings, right? And this is how data is used to show you ads. Remember, advertisers want to target market, because if you're selling, for example, automobiles, okay, you want people who might buy an automobile. And if you're in Coos Bay selling automobiles, you probably don't want to advertise your store in Seattle. You want to, you know, keep it in some radius around Coos Bay where it might be reasonable to come to you. So an advertiser will come to Facebook and say, here are the targets I want. I want people this age group, this geographic location, this financial status, blah, 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 blah. And Facebook will take all this information they have on their, you know, millions and millions of users and try and create an ad that will go to specified users, right? So this is data about your activity from partners, okay? And I have not allowed or allowed, okay? I got tired of going to Amazon and looking up a particular product, going to Facebook and seeing an ad for the same product. So I set this up that I didn't want to see it anymore. Notice that this setting does not change the number of ads you see, okay? Again, you can't control the quantity. All you can control is some of the information about it, right? Here are some categories that they use to find me, right? Employer, job title, education, and relationship, right? I'm not interested in those. If somebody wants to talk to me because of education, that's fine. You can select interest categories or other categories. I know we're running kind of long, so I'm not going to go through all of these things. I do have a recommendation is that when you have a chance, come up here, click this down arrow, right? Go into settings and privacy and step your way through it and set up anything you can control in the way you want to control it. If you don't see a way to control it, then they probably have not given you an option to do anything. Okay, so that kind of wraps up what I wanted to show. Anybody have a question? I'm going to do a stop share here for a second. Are we all done with Facebook for a minute? Okay. Now I'm back to my main screen. I'm no longer sharing. Anybody have a question I might be able to answer or somebody else might be able to answer? Because
Curtis has got
Facebook
a hand
itself
up.
is not something I use a lot. Yep, say again?
Curtis has a hand up. Curtis?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah.
Dennis,
oh,
at the very beginning of your presentation, you said something about a handout. And I'm assuming that was on the internet somewhere. And I
No.
did not see it. Was that on,
No, it should have accompanied the invitation as an attachment.
Yeah, did everybody get that handout?
Yes.
I didn't see it. I guess I didn't overlook the attachment.
Yeah, you must have looked back through your emails. It should be there.
Okay,
In fact, it was in the last one that I sent, which was about a couple of days ago. It would have been Wednesday, I think I sent it.
all right. I'll look for it. Thank you.
Okay. Other questions?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah?
found the attachments, and thank you. It's very helpful.
I
Okay.
have a quick,
I'm gonna leave
I have a
this,
question, Dennis.
yeah, I'm gonna leave this Zoom open for the next hour or so. So if people want to talk back and forth to each other, go right ahead.
Dennis, have you stopped the recording
I have
for
a
the
quick,
Facebook presentation?
Let me stop recording.